This segment is brought to you by Cardiovascular Institute of the South, providing our patients the highest quality cardiovascular care available.
Hello and welcome back to this edition of Bayou Time. Again, your host, Keith Weissite, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it. You know, it's this time of year when we start to think about things like July the 4th and feeling patriotic, and no better way to do that than really get excited about the Houma-Terrebonne Community Band Patriotic Concert. Welcome back to the program, Denise LeConte. Denise, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, sir. Thanks for having us.
All right, we appreciate it. Of course, she's the chair of the Houma-Terrebonne Community Band, and sitting next to her, our conductor, one of our conductors, Marita Petrie. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
You got it. Of course, conductor of the Houma-Terrebonne Community Band, and we'll be sharing the stage with Matthew Duplantis again this year, right? Which is exciting. So thank you, Jay. And so I want to let you know the Houma-Terrebonne Community Band presents a patriotic concert at the Regional Military Museum at 1154 Barrow Street in Houma. It's going to take place on Sunday, June 29th, 2025 at 3 p.m. And as mentioned, conducted by Ms. Marita Petrie, who is here with us, and Mr. Matthew Duplantis. The admission is $10. What a great $10 donation that's going to benefit the Houma-Terrebonne Community Band and the Regional Military Museum. And this is 41 years?
Yes, sir.
Isn't that incredible?
It is.
To do something for that long?
Yes. I mean, for our little 110,000 person parish to keep a community band going
right
for 41 years, to me is one of the greatest achievements. And I'm trying not to let it die. So
right. Well, you're doing a great job of that. It is not dying. And quite frankly, I think what it does is it lets people generation after generation know that this is an option because we have such talented musicians in our area. Always have.
Always
Absolutely.
have.
Yeah. I'm not one of them. So I'm so very jealous. My wife and son have both been a part of the community band over the years, which is just really cool. So I feel like I've got a little bit of that legacy. But Marita, tell me what it's like to be able to be the conductor for something like this.
Being a conductor is great. I get to work with musicians from our youngest kids are in high school.
Right.
And then our oldest are retired, but they're up in their 70s. And I think our oldest is in his 80s, our oldest member.
I think so.
Something like that.
And
so
if they're
Maybe
not, they're
not, but
close.
yeah, close. Yes.
Right?
So truly, we have a huge span of ages, and the common thread amongst the group is music and playing instruments.
And the love of music, right?
Absolutely.
And you guys get to do 2 concerts a year, which is just really cool. 4 concerts a year. 4 concerts a year. And this one is special because, like we were talking about, patriotic music just kind of brings to it, like it stirs something in people that whether you love the music or don't love the music, but when it's played, you just have this sense of pride. Tell me what it's like to be able to listen to it.
To listen to it, I love listening to it.
And to play it?
You know, and playing it, well, sometimes I could leave it, but you know, but I know that on the other side of that, somebody's listening to it.
Right.
And they're tapping their toe, or like when we play the Armed Forces salute,
Absolutely.
those veterans start standing up, and you just kind of get that, wash
that
of patriotism over
feeling,
you,
right?
you know, like they fought for us.
Right.
You know, so, you know, it washes over everybody.
Right.
You know, like we're playing Amazing Grace. So I know there's going to be some that are going to have emotions about that.
Right.
So, you know, and then you crank up a Sousa March and everybody wants to wave a flag, and, you know, so it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
You know, this is one that I know the audience likes.
Right.
So.
Right. Marita, how about for you as the conductor, when you're conducting a concert like this, especially with Matthew Duplantis, tell me what that's like, because you're facing the band.
Yeah.
Right? You're facing the orchestra, not necessarily the constituents of the people
Correct.
watching.
I'm facing the only time I see the audience is in between songs.
Right.
But going back to what Denise was saying about the Armed Forces salute, you can tell when someone stands up. You can tell when one of those audience member stands up when they hear their song because the whole audience starts clapping for them. So I don't have to turn around and see, and I know what's happening.
Right.
So it's really great.
Yeah. So there's nonverbal communication. And then there's verbal, or that auditory communication, when you just know something special is happening behind you. And you can appreciate that. Jason, you put it up. Let's do it one more time. Want to let people know that they really want to take part in this. It's the Houma-Terrebonne Community Band that presents a patriotic concert at the Regional Military Museum, 1154 Barrow Street in Houma. Again, Sunday, June 29th, 2025 at 3 p.m. It's conducted by Ms. Marita Petrie. Very glad to have her with us today, and Mr. Matthew Duplantis. It's a $10 admission donation, and it's going to benefit the Houma-Terrebonne Community Band as well as the Regional Military Museum. And again, we've got two kind of icons. This band that is this community band that has been around for so very long, and now this very well received and beautiful Regional Military Museum that just represents so much of the goodness of our patriotism in our area and representing our veterans well. It's a great cause to bring money to both.
It is, absolutely. And so, we split it 50-50 with them, and they help us, get the word out, and they help us with admission. They man the door for us. And, and so, they welcome us with open arms every time. How do you want to set up? How do you want to do that? So, it's great.
It's a good system. Can people get tickets ahead of time? No. People at the door.
At the door.
Pay at the door.
Yes.
Bring you $10 per person at the door.
Yep. You can do PayPal if you don't have your card with you.
At the top. Very good. Ladies, thank you so much. Thanks for being a part of the band, conducting the band, and being able to celebrate on the 29th.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
You got it. All right, guys, that'll do it for this particular segment and this Bayou Time. But don't go anywhere. A whole lot more right here on HTV.
This segment was brought to you by Cardiovascular Institute of the South, providing our patients the highest quality cardiovascular care available.